All right, we're back with another Cast Ranger episode. We got our 4 Warriors of Light here tonight.
I kidnapped Cell again, guys.
There's gonna be 2 other people, but they'll be joining us later.
Wait, how did you kidnap Cell into my house?
Well, I can't have him be here.
He pisses on everything.
He's not housebroken.
Plus, I just saw him last week because we saw Ghostbusters Frozen Empire out in theaters now.
Yeah, go see his son.
Way to make this episode dated, Lane.
Oh yeah, well, last weekend I went and saw Godzilla Kong New Empire with Raven and Paul.
Way to make it more dated, Ichi.
You know what else would date it? By doing the roll call.
How does that make it dated?
Connect. Loading.
Broadcast.
Perfect! Show running super savant.
Level up.
Bluecaster, super Ichi.
Loud and online. Greycaster, Bravo Lane.
Researcher of the Tokuverse. Yellowcaster, Ultra Guard.
Trauma Inducer, Northcaster, Saga.
Combining comedy and critique. On air since 2014. Radio Sentai Castranger.
I miss Emily.
Welcome, everyone, to Radio Sentai Castranger episode 3 something.
Shoves head in tailpipe.
Oh, are we still in the fairies?
Yes, this is the last one. The Lake Trio.
Yeah, that was it.
It's Sonic.
It's episode Sonic. I mean, Azelf. The cool one.
Sonic.
It's Sonic.
Sonic.
No, I like Uxie. I like Uxie. Uxie's favorite.
Like, going with that, Guard, that really had the energy of, I miss my wife, Tails. I miss her a lot. That might be the greatest thing on YouTube right now.
Oh, yeah.
If you're missing your secondary persona so much, you might want to go see a doctor about that.
I watched them, the people who did that Sonic fan dub, I watched them also fan dub the Shadow the Hedgehog game.
Oh, is that what that is? I thought they were...
It's a fan dub.
Oh, I thought it was...
They were basically like live abridging the game.
All I've seen is that. Like, this my wife Tails. Yeah. It's hilarious.
I think they're called Team Snapcube. But yeah, they do abridged style fan dubs of the Sonic games.
Why don't you introduce the podcast?
Welcome to Radio Sentai Castranger. We're episode 482, Azelf episode. We are a bunch of lake elves who get together every week to talk about Kamen Rider Super Sentai and a third thing.
You know what? If there's anything that we could probably do a compilation of, it's every single time Ichi or one of us has said we're a thing.
We're a bunch of blanks.
That's
we just need to find. We just need to find where we started doing that, and then just go from there.
That requires so much time that I do not have.
It'd be so fun, so funny.
We're a bunch of rainbow blank cards. We'll get to that.
Yeah. No, I have my blank card. I like it.
All right. Well, our topics for this week are Gotchard episode 31, Boonboomger episode 7, and our feature topic for this week is Machine Violator Hakaider, the 1995 tokusatsu movie.
Oh,
I know why I'm here.
Sure we're violated.
I feel like my time's been violated.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get to Jesustown when we get to Jesustown. That's the title.
You could say things will get monstrous as fuck.
You tried.
Wow.
I can't help it. I'm paying my cat while I'm trying to speak. I can't do both at the same time.
All right. Well, before we get into that, it's time for
news mode.
That's right. I fixed the soundboard.
He done did it.
Fuck you, Discord and or Stream Deck.
Not exactly known for my good looks either. Me too, Godzilla. Me too.
All right. Well, first bit of news is over the last week, Phase 4 of the Ride Chemy trading cards was revealed, and it's very, very rainbowy.
So this is when we start throwing shit at the wall and seeing whatever sticks, but it just keeps failing, right?
Have you seen cards?
Have you been to a card game?
Come on, guys. I was making a Marvel joke, and you guys ruined it.
That too. So the feature of Phase 4 are the rainbow versions of Chemy cards, because we didn't have enough. We have the normal versions, we have the Repli versions, we have the Daybreak versions, and now we have the rainbow versions of many of our favorite Chemys.
Decker, I have one question for you. Are you going to collect every single Chemy card? Like legit, every single one? Oh,
Good God.
You are a fucking crazy ass mofo.
Alright, so we're just gonna blast through these real quick. We have Hopper 1, Ant Trooper, Beetle X, Wrestler G, Appare Bushido, Cross Wizard.
See them. It's two rainbow.
You can barely make them out. You have to look real hard.
This is a blur.
Oh, rainbow.
Skibos, Goldash, Steamliner, Exceed Fighter, Mechanicani, Hawkstar.
Why is one of them a Digi-Egg?
We'll get there. Right Engie, X Fortress, Sabo Needle.
Oh my god, my eyes won't focus.
Right? Jungle Jan, Exegdrasil, UFO X, X-Rex, Gaiar, Dragon Hollows. And we have the backs of those cards. Full color, very nice.
Oh, they're in color.
Then yeah, there's a card that's just a fucking Digi-Egg.
Eat the fucking Digi-Egg!
That probably hatches. It hatches into
form.
it hatches into Nijigon, which there are two versions of for each side of the driver to make Rainbow Gotchard.
Fairness to the cards, like it's just because when you put them all next to each other, it just blurs into it.
It's just fucking Rainbow Road.
Because like this is, I actually think this is a neat idea to like as an alt to an art style like rainbow. I like rainbows.
Yeah. They'll look nice in a book.
Yes.
Then we have the backs of the Niji cards.
Rainbow. I feel like I derailed you there.
Then we have the Rainbow Blank card.
I'm sorry, that helmet design.
And now we have some more Repli Chemies. We have Ant Trooper, Grey Tomba, Camantis, Odoripa, Mad Wheel, Venom Dake, UFO X, X-Rex. Then we have more Daybreak versions of Hopper 1, Gengen Chocho, Appare Bushido, Gold Dash, Steamliner, Time Lord, Sabo Needle, Jungle Jan. And we have some Final Form and Dark Rider Legend Chemy cards.
Cool.
And the rest.
We've got Kuga Ultimate, Ryuki Survive, Fize Blaster, Hyper Kabuto, Kiva Emperor, Decade Complete, Double Cyclone Joker Extreme, Os Pucho Tira, once again ending the debate.
War.
I fucking bet. Fuck you, Tashodoru lovers.
Puto Tira has always been the final form.
Yes, correct.
It's Super Tatoba. Super Tatoba always.
Super Tatoba is what should have been the final form, but it wasn't.
Super Tatoba is the extra final form. There's a difference. Anyway, Wizard Infinity, Ghost Mugen, Grand Zeo, Cross Saber. I like how between Wizard Infinity and Cross Saber we have two shiny crystal dragons.
Cross the saber.
And then for Dark Riders, we have Genmu, Arc Zero, and Demons?
I guess when it was Oteka.
That's my guess.
Also, I guess when you have a power set that ages you from the inside out.
Yeah. Well,
that's pretty evil.
That's just bad design.
You know what? Yeah, it's Oteka Jones. I'm gonna headcanon that's the George version.
Then we have nice big on this document arranged by your Discord is the legendary legend card.
Look how fucking beautiful that card is. God damn. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
I think you're lying.
Ugh.
Joke complete. Moving on. Then we have what are labeled as the Gotcha rare cards, which are pairs of Chemies with their respective riders. We have Hopper 1 and Gotchard, Daybreak Hopper 1 and Gotchard Daybreak, Mach Wheel and Valvarad, Steamliner and Dread, Unicorn and Majade, and Legend and Legend.
Legend of Legend.
The Legend Chemy.
Sigh, I miss Fossil and Jungle.
Then we have, here's the good shit. We have the Legend Parallels. This is the good shit. Kuga Ultimate, Ryuki Survive, once again in the style of the Vent cards. Fi's blaster form. Look at this fucking thing.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
That's a real choose the form of the destructor.
What was that fucking show? It looks like something from Keitai Sosakan 7. Where there were little actual cell phones that turned into fucking robots.
Oh yeah, my friend Shuki, she fucking loves those things.
I need to watch that. We got Hyper Kabuto, which looks like a fucking Beetleborg Zord.
I was gonna say, what's his name? Gargantuous or
Gargantus?
That's it.
Like Kabutek or something. Fuck.
Oh yeah, Kabutek also. Maybe a little bit of Roboborg. Then we have Kiva Emperor. It's weirdly cute.
It's adorable.
Then we have Decade Complete. Double Cyclone Joker Extreme is just a giant living USB memory. Then we have O's Puchotira, looking very awesome.
Very Ridley.
Wizard Infinity.
I
Big
don't
scary
like
pistol.
it.
It's a little goofy.
I like it.
It's because Wizard is such a serious character, and then you make him this goofy looking dragon.
No, but like it's just the color's wrong. Like it's just like really dark blue, but it's
the light. It's because of the lighting. He's like in a cave or
It's
something,
supposed to be nighttime.
Yeah, I guess so.
or just like is out in the middle of the night.
Where's my renewal Wizard Infinity figure?
That'd be cool.
Bandai, come on.
It'll be when
can't
they
have
finally
it?
figure out who's the Sixth Ranger and Deca Ranger.
Deca Ranger.
Is it not Leo?
Ranger.
Basically, 2 Rangers came out around the same time, and neither Bandai nor Toei decided on neither of them being the Sixth Ranger.
It was the White Rhino Ranger.
They
Yeah,
didn't know who
it's the
was
last
going
one.
to come out next.
Anyway, we have Ghost Mugen, who is like being a DJ because the forum names in Ghost were raps.
I like that one. It looks like a bug.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, but Decker has a good point there. One of the buttons on the turntable is shaped like an onigiri.
I mean, the art style on these
cute.
cards is a lot of fun, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And we have Grand Zeo.
Look at the Grand Zeo car. Oh, that's so badass.
I kind of like the art style with that one.
Dude, the cross saber is catching my eye.
Oh,
Look
it's,
at that.
it's a constellation in the stars.
That's cool.
That's cool. And we have Geats 9.
That's
Legendary
Pretty
Legend. There's a parallel of Legendary Legend for you.
oh look at Genmu.
Oh, and Genmu is another video game looking card. I love it. And I saw the comparison with the Exade one. The text on that one is in Japanese, and the text on the Genmu one is English. That's a really nice differentiation.
Very cool.
Looks like an old Game & Watch.
Yeah. It's a Genmu and watch.
Oh.
Whoa.
I don't follow.
Explain it like I'm 5. And then we have Arc Zero. It's very similar to the 01 parallel. And Kamen Rider Demons is this adorable little spider.
What's that?
Fear me. Oh, you're so cute. Fear me. You're so
Fear
cute.
the spider. They give you powers.
Alright, I think that's it for this batch. Very cool.
If you like cards.
Very cool.
Thanks, Toei. Very cute. All right. Next on our news, we talked a little bit about this last week, but we finally got the actual announcement of the Arc Scorpion Horobi set, which now includes the price and release date, which is Premium Bandai Web exclusive 9,900 yen October release. And we already talked last week about the figure and everything it comes with.
Ooh, look at the shot of him like clashing with Arc 1. Cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
3 attached calibers.
Yes, I'm sorry for last week. Thinking that he had a bunch of shot risers. I think I was just thinking of like I think it was like Arc Zero or someone had a Hisats that just like fired a bunch of shot risers. I think that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, I think so. Because Arc Zero basically uses all the weapons.
Yeah. So I think I was thinking Arc Zero.
It might have been in an episode of Outsiders he did it.
Oh, maybe.
All right. Next. So, you know that play of Romeo and Juliet from the Gotchard episode?
No.
Turns out there's a version of it that you can watch the whole play.
Oh.
I'm amazed this exists.
Oh, we should do this for a feature topic.
Yes!
Said no one ever.
No, I'm down.
Lane, I have just fired a laser into the air. It's gonna hit you in 2 seconds. Fine.
I'm sorry.
We are
our
watching
feature
this for
topics
sure.
now.
This is going in the future.
The feature topic maximum is now 15 minutes or longer. This is like 10 minutes.
Well, then we can shove it in addition to something else.
Wait,
Oh,
at least 10 minutes. It's Romeo and Juliet.
It's just the major scenes.
Oh, God.
So yeah, the official Toei Tokusatsu fan club Twitter account announced that the quote-unquote complete version of the Romeo and Juliet play from this week's Gotchard episode is now streaming. The complete version is shot by the episode's director Kyohei Yamaguchi, written by series co-head writer Keiichi Hasegawa, based on the play by William Shakespeare. An ebook version of the script is also available!
When William Shakespeare was writing this play, he knew that one day that a show about people wearing masks and doing martial arts. He knew.
I would rather watch Hamlet with an all L-core cast that's supposed to be 15 hours long than watch the fucking Romeo and Juliet Gotchard version.
I was fully ready for you to say I would rather watch the Leonardo DiCaprio version.
Oh yeah, plus
Oh, at least that's at least that version's interesting because it's an interesting take on it. It's modernized, but then they still speak the Shakespearean language. So I think that's cool.
I just love how Sabi is on stage in costume with tablet in hand.
Nice.
They should have kept that shit going. They should have done a Hamlet one, Othello.
Zoom in on them.
Caesar.
I might be able. I want to see if I can try to guess who they're playing. Okay, he's probably Mercutio.
I'd rather watch the Doctor Who episode featuring William Shakespeare.
There's only two female characters in Romeo and Juliet. She doesn't look like.
Well, there's the other one.
The other character is the nurse. Okay. I think she might be Tybalt, which that's great. If so, that means he killed her in the play.
I don't know anyone except for Romeo and Juliet.
You know, he was Friar Lawrence.
Read Romeo and Juliet?
Not really.
Not since high school.
I only read Julius Caesar and Othello because those were the two interesting ones to me.
I do enjoy Shakespeare. So I actually would be interested to see this,
right?
I was making fun, but I honestly I do think it's interesting too when other countries have their take on Shakespeare, right?
Fucking Orb says I've only seen Romeo Must Die with Jet Li. Oh god damn it.
You must die.
Isn't that so weird? Because that is a real name. Romeo is a real name, but you can't differentiate it anymore.
No.
It's like Adolf.
Well,
woo! Wow. All right.
There.
What do you think I was talking about?
All right. And our last news story is that we have some more info regarding the upcoming Deca Ranger 20th anniversary movie, Fireball Booster.
Oh no, all of them are in the D-Sword Vega. They're trapped.
They've all been trapped in the sword.
Well, that is the D-Sword Vega.
Yeah.
Why does he have it?
Because
he's Bon. He's fucking bad.
Actually, that's not Bon.
Oh, that's right. That's his apprentice, right?
It's his apprentice that uses the new suit. But best part about the trailer, we're getting new Zord footage.
Whoa. Wait, does that mean we're gonna get a new Deca Ranger Robo Dodge sequence?
Fucking probably.
Yeah, they rebuilt Deca Base. It's not just that stupid head. It's like a proper Deca Base again.
Nice.
Cool.
So the
Deca Ranger's amazing.
The trailer revealed 2 new cast members: Mei Kurokawa as Ryenjo, the sword-wielding, red kimono-wearing alienizer wife of the drug lord Tarewarane.
That's a lot of words.
That's a lot of words.
And
what the fuck is this thing?
I'm getting to it. And Jun Fukuyama as Marple, the small alien child with, quote, impressive silver hair and big blue eyes.
Wait, like Miss Marple?
Its name is Marple. This is a series where one of the monsters of the week was Tyler Sajin Durden.
No, but Miss Marple was literally an Agatha Christie character.
That's probably
She was like an old lady that solved mysteries and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, maybe this small child solves a mystery.
Emily's gonna fucking love this thing.
Oh yeah. It looks like the chibi. It gives me Captain America vibes with its color scheme.
Yeah, with the star.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's weirdly cute with its cotton candy hair.
It's been 20 years since the 6 Deca Rangers first came together, and a major bombing incident occurs. Umeko and Sen rush to the scene, get an eyewitness report from an alien child named Marple. There's a suspicious female alien at the scene. Premier Deca Red appears in front of the Deca Rangers as they attempt to secure the alien that has appeared, but they are unable to get along and missed her.
You know who needs to show up in this movie? Deca Gold.
That'd be cool.
Sell.
Yes.
So funny thing is, in the Deca Ranger movie, like for when the original series aired, there was a character who played Deca Gold. We saw her transform and become Deca Gold for all of 1 second before she got blown away in Dehenshin. We saw that literally for a single frame.
Deca Gold existed on screen for 1 frame.
Yeah.
Love it.
And then her actor went on to play the president of Igus and Taiga. She was fun. I liked her.
Oh, that's right.
The one who
it's a cool suit. She became like Bun Bun's love interest, so that was cute.
The one who transforms into Premier Deca Red is Rui Edogawa, a fire squad rookie under the guidance of Bon Bon. They had just come to investigate an unidentified object that fell to Earth. Subsequent investigation reveals the alienizer suspect is Ranjo, the wife of the galactic drug lord Tare Warane, which was deleted to the base, making them wonder if her actions for revenge.
Is Bruno Mars gay?
Right? Is that who wrote this article? Based on this, Hoji and Jasmine follow Ranjo to the planet Sima, a planet where she used to live, while Bon, Umeko, and Rui head for the alien special zone.
I almost thought you said semen.
You heard what you wanted to hear.
Sima!
I do. I have a very, very fucked up mind.
Meanwhile, Sen and Tetsu, in pursuit of a clue at the explosion site, rush to Kochi to meet Mokumisu, the curator of the Makino Botanical Garden, who is knowledgeable about all kinds of plants. She suddenly takes on the appearance of an alien Ridomihan and attacks them. Will the Deca Rangers' investigation lead to a solution to the case? Probably yes.
Probably not.
Oh, that's cool. Apparently, Psychic Lover will perform yet another version of the theme song titled Tokuso Sentai Deca Ranger 20th Fireball Booster.
But what's really important is, will there be a new version of Midnight Deca Ranger, the ending?
These guys have aged so fucking well in 20 years. Like, my God.
I was fully ready for you to say, these guys have aged so poorly.
Tomiko still looks like how she was 20 years ago. It's insane.
Oh no, you can see that she's aged. Like, you can see it in the face.
That's what we in the biz call a makeup department.
Yep.
There is a gaming scene in this movie.
I thought so.
Of course there is.
A nude scene?
Yes.
Oh,
she's in the bathtub. There's a lot of scenes of her in the tub in the original.
In this movie, it's a hot spring.
Cool.
But yeah, Lane, they all look good for their age. It's as if we started hiring younger actors when we start making these projects.
Yeah.
It's almost like we hire good-looking people to be in acting roles, and they tend to stay good-looking.
Young, attractive actors?
What?
I'll use my shitting. Call Willie.
Speaking of attractive, that sword, man. God, I love that sword.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, you can get it. There's a 1-to-1 scale replica of it.
I know. I don't think my sex life can take that blow.
But you can fire it as a gun in a helicopter. It's awesome.
It doesn't turn to a gun mode. It just straight up shot bullets.
It shoots bullets out of the blade. Yeah, thank you, doggy.
That's how much of a badass he is. He willed bullets out of a sword.
Doggy.
All right, well, the film is set for a limited theatrical run June 7th and will be available on Blu-ray DVD November 13th. So that's how long we have to wait for it.
I'm thinking December needs to make a return.
Oh,
just saying.
Maybe.
Cool.
Oh, we never did talk. Did we ever talk about the Ranger Deca Ranger crossover?
I think we did.
If only there was a list of things we've talked about that we could reference.
We should talk about Girls in Trouble. We should talk about Girls in Trouble again. That was a fun movie.
Oh, the episode 0?
Yeah, it's just where they
I never watched that.
It was very murdery and sweaty. That's all I remember.
I mean, it would be a good way to lead into the 50th Super Sentai retrospectives next year.
Hell yeah.
All right,
Sweaty
very
Deca Rangers.
cool. That is the news.
Very cool.
All right.
Very cool.
Thank you, Toei. Very cool.
Ted Toei. John Toei.
All right, let's get into the.
You can see. I'm sorry, but just I was looking at Marple again. You can see the photographer in the eye. You can see the photographer and people standing behind it.
I sure hope she only got fired over that one.
How dare they?
Hold on, I just want to pull back to it.
Yep,
Yeah, there it is. You can see him.
Oh, yep, you can see it.
Yeah, magnify.
I see behind the scenes.
Kowalski.
Also, very dull expression for what is supposed to be a child.
So, yeah, I don't know, man.
They're disillusioned.
Kids are pretty dim these days.
Its name is Marple. It might be an old woman. Who knows?
That's the twist. It's not a child at all.
Yeah, it has gray hair.
Well, it's light blue.
It's actually a man.
It's a man, baby.
I was.
It'd be great if it has like it actually.
Baldwin.
It talks like deep voice when it speaks.
Mama.
Mother.
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 Bring my celebratory clean diaper.
Mother.
All right, Gotchard time.
Flight mode activated.
Yeah, Gotchard. Okay.
Speaking of people getting fired for blunders, who the fuck thought it was a good idea for them to have Rene start her henshin and then cut into the fucking opening?
Okay, no.
That was
First,
genius.
we gotta talk about the most badass thing. She used the sun again, like point blank range. It was fucking incredible.
That was fun.
That was great.
The sun!
Yeah, I just heard the sun, and I'm like, yes!
Not as good as the first time, though.
No, not as good as the first time. The first time was way better, but still.
You throw the sun one time.
It'll forever be like the funniest thing.
I like that this episode referenced the fucking actual eclipse.
Yeah, that was weird. I mean, it was a pretty big deal, I guess, right? Because it's, that doesn't happen.
Life-changing for many people.
Yeah, because now they're blind.
How many like weird culty people said we must conceive the child under the eclipse?
Fucking
and thinks they had
a non-zero amount for sure.
Someone out there did it.
Someone attempted to birth the Antichrist.
So I love that basically Atropos's whole thing in this episode was just like trying to get Rene to be like, oh, you fucking suck, you should totally like die, kill yourself. And then like and then Rene finds like, and then I just love Minato just comes in, it's okay, she's fine, she's not dead, you can keep doing whatever the fuck you want, Rene. Rene's like she's like so fucking emotionally confused with what she wants to do.
Also, Atropos might be going crazy because she's seeing her dad everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, of course she's insane.
I was at first I was like, oh, is it like Amalgam with the transforming ability? But no, it was the fucking octopus one, or like McCracken. So like, oh, so the child is going crazy. Oh no.
But no, and then just Rene gets like her, like she like goes through all her shit, and then Atropos just goes, curses foiled again.
This
walks away.
This felt like it was supposed to be like a Rene character development episode, and would have been a real good time for her to get a new form. But no, sadly we don't get things like that.
No, Ichi, you forget. This is a Keiichi Hasegawa episode. Or this is a Keiichi Hasegawa show. You don't get forms. You get character development.
Yeah.
Curses.
You get life lessons.
I want forms.
I fucking had to pause because I was laughing so hard watching Atropos and the McCracken Mulligan walk on scene. Just watching that thing wave its fucking hands like, "Ooh, we're here, bitch!"
Why does that sound like the name of like a Scottish tribe? Oh, we have the McCracken.
Release the McCracken!
Release it from the McCracken.
I feel like that's something like the Scotsman from Samurai Jack would unleash. Just the McCracken.
That's like his final attack.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Scott.
Craig McCracken.
Oh no.
Craig. That's what we're calling him, Craig McCracken.
Yeah.
I got it.
He made some pretty
guys.
cool
As long
shows, man.
as it's not Phil McCracken.
No, Craig with a K.
Got you with that one.
You got me.
It's Craig with a K. For Kraken.
Doctor, I broke me ass. It's McCracken.
I love that they're entering the school from like wherever they came from in the backyard.
My question is, why the fuck was Spanner at the school?
Yeah.
The Amalgam shows up and Spanner's just fucking there.
25-year-old guy, why are you hanging around high school?
I mean, the Alchemy Academy is connected to the school.
Is it? I've only ever seen it connected to that one random back alley.
Yeah, I thought that was the whole point. It was hidden out there. Why do they... I
don't know. It's not worth...
And again, Spanner just shows up to fight and get his ass kicked, and that's it.
Like I said, he's Necrom!
No, but Lane, we got such a badass pyrotechnic shot when he gets his ass kicked. He at least did it in style.
I love that the Amalgam's power just like Valvarad gets sprayed with the ink, and then it just looks like he's going into the ink dimension.
And once there, we see like it's an illusion place, and even though he knows that like Kyoka. What's her name? Kyoka, like she's gonna attack him, even though he knows it can't be her, he's like, oh, I still can't do it. If you look up third wheel, Valvarad's picture is there. This guy is such a non-entity.
It doesn't matter.
Like I said, he's Necrom. Now that his story is over, he's just fucking there.
Well, now his story is going to continue into the next episode, because apparently Clotho there... Is it Clotho? The one that betrayed them?
Lachesis.
Yeah, Lachesis.
I was going to wait to talk about that, but that I'm excited for, actually.
Yeah, they gave her the
Valvarasher.
The wrench sword. Valvarasher. And I feel like that's going to lead into Spanner thinking he's not special anymore.
I'm sure everyone is on the same page. Lachesis needs to become original Valvarad. Or as someone in the Discord coined the phrase that I don't remember who specifically, but someone called her Galvarad, which is fucking brilliant.
No,
it's probably just the weapon.
No, she needs to be Kamen Rider Lachesis.
No! No! Stop!
Yeah, then we'll get Kamen Rider Clotho.
No, she's already Dread. She's Dread now. Clotho is Dread now.
Kamen Rider Kyoka, Kamen Rider Sabimaru, Renge.
You're doing this just to piss me off. Fucking stop.
There you go. Give her the Dark Mad Wheel. That'd be awesome.
But yeah, I would love to see Lachesis become original Valvarad and then team up with Kamen Rider Valvarad.
Galvarad, I love.
Yeah.
Galvarad just sounds like Galvatron.
That's what I said.
But yeah, this Malgam, all he fucking does is just like impersonate other people to make them attack him, and so like Spanner, like he takes like the 4 Kyoka or whatever, and then he's like, I know it's not her, but still I can't attack her.
Well, because he knows it in his conscience, even if it is not her, like even though he knows it's not her, still seeing her get hurt.
Yeah, we know.
You know what? Fuck it, guys. I like this show. Okay.
I
know you guys are just...
all power to you, man.
There's nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with it.
I mean, there's a lot wrong with it.
Just want
but
to
it's
say,
good.
Lane,
It's nice.
G3 is mostly there in Agito, and he gets his ass kicked most of the time. Yeah, but that's just because the G3 power set, like, it was only made to like sort of combat the unknown, but like Agito is meant more for it. But also Hikawa was the more interesting character.
Wasn't G3 actually made to fight Kuga? Or at least alongside Kuga?
They were made.
G3 was supposed to be like, let's make our own Kuga.
Yeah, so it was made to fight the Grongi.
Any future Grongi. However, the unknown are different from the Grongi, so it made him completely fucking useless.
Yep.
Grongi my balls.
Yeah, the wrong type advantage. So anyway, Majade tells Gotchard to attack her as part of this weird ploy that they do that seems very, very unnecessary.
Fucking kill me!
But yeah, she combines that and also has Namine Moon eclipse the sun so that it looks like she's dead because the orange sun-themed parts of her suit got dimmed.
Perfect plan.
What a convoluted fucking plan that I can't believe worked. Also, yeah, she stole the Excalibur for some fucking reason. I guess he's not using it. Fuck it.
Interesting fact, that suit actress was Ryusol Pink in Ryusoldier.
Cool. But yeah, so they do this whole fucking shtick that makes it look like Rene died, and then, haha, tricked you, I guess. And then they just defeat McCracken with a double rider kick. And in case you thought Senna was going to be a regular ongoing character, Minato walks in to erase her brain, because that's a thing we do in this show.
Oh, I love when Minato fucking does that. It's great.
Isn't Kajiki due for a brain wipe?
No, because he wasn't there.
I can't wait for the day, legit, like they're going to erase someone's memory and Hotaro's just like, no!
So, does that mean...
rules!
I love Vegas.
So does that mean...
So go ahead.
I'm just thinking, so does that mean she forgets the, like, her getting, like, resolution on the whole, like, argument that they were having?
It's hard to say. They never really explicitly defined parameters of how their memory erasure works, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say it only erases specifically anything related to alchemy or common riders or the amalgams. Yeah. Sorry, I was just I wanted to comment. I love Vegas earlier was like, when we're dating, your weapons become our weapons. She's gonna get the sword in the divorce.
So yeah, then they do Romeo and Juliet. It's a success. Good for them.
Which you can see on Toy Tokusatsu fan club.
I won't.
See, this is what I mean. You guys legit just talked about all the action scenes and ignored all the actual character stuff that happens in the episode.
I know.
Like, none of it is super interesting or surprising. They work it out and they're all friends. Great. Even though there was hints of a romance plot developing, I wouldn't say any significant steps towards that were taken.
Well, I enjoyed that Rene had a reminder of, like, you know, that she can choose how to live her life and, you know, fight by her own rules. So I do like that aspect about her.
The fucking drama club, it's like, we needed 5 members. We got 15! Wow! It's just like, oh, okay.
Next season we're doing cats.
Oh, Gar, if there's like fucking... Well, we got a cat theme writer, Nago.
Yeah.
But yeah, so... Yeah, I think the highlight of the episode is seeing Lachesis walk out with the fucking Valva Rusher. I'm very excited to see where that goes. And we have this King of Hades coming out of Ouroboros. That is a very cool design that I'm looking forward to seeing.
Is that El Dorado? I think that's his name.
Maybe?
Yeah, it's probably El Dorado.
I don't know if, like, this thing is that creature or if it's something separate from that same other world.
Maybe it's El Dorado, the King of Hades.
Oh, could be.
It's like all one title.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get to see UFO Maru again. I love that form.
Oh yeah, the fucking Kashins from Zio are showing up because Hundred's invading, which means Legend's about to show up in the show.
Yeah! I can't fucking wait.
Boy.
I can't fucking wait, my boy.
Gotta love when the show decides to make a detour with some spin-off material, am I right?
We have no idea where our plot is going. Legend time!
Yeah, if it sells more Legend stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure Hasegawa will figure out how to make it work. Right? This guy...
I'm sure it'll all work out.
Remember, this is the same guy who fixed Saber because the actual writer left.
After he promised that he would stay on for the whole thing.
I don't know if we can count Saber as fixed.
I was gonna say, Ichi's like, fix is a strong word.
As much as I want that show to have been fixed, I don't think we can call Saber fixed.
Saber's not fixed.
No, I just wanted to bring up this week that after watching this episode of Gotchard, it finally clicked in my head. Gotchard is just Ultraman Ginga with an actual budget.
Yeah. No, yeah.
At least on the plus side, little Karibo is enjoying Saber lately.
The characters are all high schoolers. The main character is looking for looking for a certain MacGuffin. There are people that use
there are dark
the
people.
MacGuffins. There are dark people who use these MacGuffins. No, it's not a Ginga orb. Just because it uses cards doesn't make it an orb thing.
Yeah, they're cards, not orbs.
It's just, Ginga had like 0 to no budget because the franchise, or because the studio was on the brink of bankruptcy. 10 years later, Hasegawa gets to do it again, just with a new Kamen Rider coat of paint.
All right, well, Lane, take us into the next show.
Boon!
And so, this is the episode where the possibly alien robot discovers being a simp.
Don't we all?
A Simpobot, if you will.
Simpletron.
I'm sorry, but I just find it hilarious that both you and I were thinking of like something of the same joke. I was gonna go with the pun of saying, "Oh, he's a simple bot." Saying it that quickly, it's like, did you say simple bot or Simpobot? It's like, you know what I said.
He's not a robot. He's an alien.
He's an alien robot. Okay.
No, he's a mechanical
transformer type.
Our villains are alien robots, so it's definitely possible.
What are the pronouns for a alien robot?
His name is Bundario.
Yeah, his name is Bundario Banderas, so he's definitely he.
He, but voiced by a female. That tracks. Okay.
I was about to say.
Who is famous for playing another male character.
So yeah, Bundario, he's very upset.
His pronouns are Boon Boom.
Yes.
I feel like we might have said that joke before, but that's really good.
That's great. So yeah, he's sitting there cooking his curry, and he's upset. He's like, oh, they're like, oh, Joe's like, what's wrong,
love
buddy?
This gif.
And he's like, yeah, no,
Think about that gift earlier.
Yeah.
So yeah, Joe again makes me I can relate to this man because he's like, oh yeah, I was up all late last night, like thinking how I have no savings and what I'll do when I'm old. And I'm like,
completely fucking unprompted and out of nowhere, Joe starts getting into real depressing issues about his own life.
I was like, yeah, me too, bro.
Mood.
Like
Thanks.
he says that, and I was like, if this was a dub, I could totally see Pink just going, we'll have to talk about that later, Joe. Anyways.
Look how sad he looks. Look how sad he looks. Poor guy. He's so sad.
Boom,
we pulled up the sad face for this week's episode.
Yeah, we laughed pretty hard.
Does the toy version come with that one?
Change faces.
Bandai one will.
The fucking disguise!
Oh yeah, his Raphael suit.
I just love that, like, Mira just finds this hat, like,
she
fucking
pulls,
out of nowhere.
With zero prep time, she just, BAM! Slams this giant baseball cap on the robot. Why did you have that?
Coming soon to premium Bandai, Bundario disguise hat, actual size.
I'll get that.
I think my favorite part of the disguise is the completely unnecessary wig.
Like, and we're not covering his legs at all.
Yeah.
Do you know what he kind of looked like to me? In, like, the Eric Andre show when he went to go buy a car in, like, the stilts and the big trench coat.
I haven't seen that.
Oh my gosh, it's one of the funniest things. I don't trust like that.
But, like, this is, like, worse than Deneb level disguise in public. Put a suit actor in disguise.
How'd they get
I
that
will
big
say
of
that
trench
this
coats?
episode is a bit of a downgrade from last week's episode. Last week's episode was like S rank. This is sort of like a B.
Well,
Possibly
it's
a
'cause,
BB.
We're like forming the team finally, right? So
Like a low B, like a high B, low A.
I will say
Somewhere in
that the pacing of this episode felt kind of off because it's fair to say that in most tokusatsu episodes you have like a miniature version of the conflict and like a smaller battle happen early in the episode. Then there's a break as we like put everything back together, and then we have like the focus combat of the episode. But it was all kind of just one whole scene.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, actually.
Kind of like when Dread was introduced. That entire episode was just the one scene.
Yeah.
I think it was just a wall monster.
That thing was fucking funny.
Monster. He was so cool.
Some things made sense, but it was like, oh, you don't get to eat. It's like, just put your hand on the other side of the wall.
Lunch blocked! It's just like, you just reach around, walk around it.
I loved though that like when he gets summoned or whatever like that, they're like, all right, let's go get some gasoline, and he's like, guys, help! I'm stuck.
I'm stuck.
I'm stuck in the wall.
I was gonna say, the monster suits have been on point.
Oh yeah,
like
really good monster
fun.
design.
Like I said, this show really made a very impressive toilet monster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somehow.
I think my favorite thing that he blocked was the entrance to the Lost Children's Center.
That was the best thing.
The poor mother.
And it was also really concerning that there were several children at the Lost Children's Center.
A lot of lost kids that day. But I just love
Super
that.
Sentai. How many parents have they've lost in the Megazord fights?
Like I just love the whole like, no mother reuniting with her child.
Block!
And she starts like tapping on the window, like, no, my child. There's no back entrance to this
To see
place.
your idol.
Oh yeah, like why are they there?
So apparently, Boonboomger has a idol crush.
Yeah,
on something that is clearly a rejected Chemy. Berora is the name of it, and it is clearly a rejected Chemy.
Yeah, it is a rejected Chemy. Yo, slap that on a Chemy card.
Really does.
Which you can tell they're gonna save it for something big because he didn't even get to meet her.
No, but it will absolutely show up in a later episode. I'm confident.
That's gonna be the main villain.
Oh, it's a freaking one of the members.
Oh, they're absolutely gonna turn it into a Kurumaju.
Can't wait.
Oh man. But
and then Budario will have to go like Boonboomger Robo and have to kill it, and he'll be like, "No, I can't kill it."
Love.
But yeah, so
he can't fight it, and that's when we get the other Zord.
Yeah.
That isn't sentient.
Oh, that would be a good way to introduce a different Megazord, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Madrex shows up, and then like, hold on, I have to feed my leg.
Been there.
Feed my dog leg. Oh, there it is.
Of course, they're releasing a toy of it.
I actually like that with Madrex, though. How he's like actually nice to his dog leg. Leg dog. Leg dog.
You can take
I'm chilling around with my leg dog.
You can take the leg out of the dog, but you can't take the dog out of my leg.
What have we done?
Yeah. So Taya has this scene where he hands Genba another one of these Boom change axe boxes. And like the logistics of this system is a little confusing because Genba had one before that he gave to Joe. So then where did Taya get his that Genba didn't already have a second one? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wait.
The logistical chain here is starting to get confusing.
No.
The one that he had was for Joe.
Yeah. So what he did was Taya had Genba on standby with the changer because he had a feeling Joe was going to like develop enough that he would let him join the team. So yeah, he just had him on standby.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's clear that Taya and Genba have some sort of history together, and I'm very much looking forward to finding out more about Genba and his history with the others.
So I've been seeing in the Discord a lot of people are like saying like, oh, maybe he's like an alien or something like that. I'm like,
Genba?
Yeah, I've seen in the chat. Like, no, he's not an alien. He's just a guy with very specific ways of life. He's just like, this is who I am. This is what I like to do. I'm this.
Gemba has a guy for a guy. There's a bunch of guys.
Oh, also there was a really hilarious shot when like they're chasing down the monster, and I guess the Boom Boom Booster also makes a walkie-talkie or radio, because like
I saw him use it as a megaphone.
Joe yells into it like a megaphone. I'm just like, oh, cool. I love that.
Why doesn't the toy do that?
It's like a functional megaphone.
We'll get
Memorial Edition.
Yeah, okay. I want to talk about this real quickly because gushing with Lane. So yeah, Boom Black does his own freaking like T-Sots attack, and oh my god, it was so fucking cool. It's so badass.
So yeah, Rod Drive, and then he just goes all fucking Final Fantasy Red Mage with the step.
Yeah, that was neat.
And then jumps up to do like a fucking like drop kick. It was so fucking cool.
Yeah.
But I love Joe.
You get to see Pink do Twist Drive and Blue do Shoot Drive. And then Red tries to do Driver Drive, but then gets interrupted by Mad Rex, who he then touches tips with later.
He does do that, in fact. Just the tips.
But yeah, so like we see Gemba, he's delivering because he's a courier, obviously too. So he
I have delivered myself. Please sign me.
Well, no, not that yet. Not that yet. But like he delivers something to like a guy, and I guess like, you know, he delivers shit to him on a daily basis or something like that.
Yeah, he delivers to other people besides Ty.
So like he gives him like a drink with like 2 lollipops attached to it, and like Emma like appreciates it a lot. So then, Ty is there, and he just goes like, here's your changer, man. We need you. Things are about to get a lot more explosive. Like we're gonna need like a full team. And he's just like, oh, but like I don't know,
I like
man.
to watch.
I'm just always I like to be on the sidelines and stuff. And he's like, yeah, but then you can do a lot more to help us if in the VIP seat. And he's like, huh, maybe. So like you can tell Gemba throughout the episode he's kind of thinking about it. So.
I just love that.
He's not like flat out no.
As the fight is happening, you see Genba like on the side, like ready to throw them a fucking trampoline and then a mirror.
Trampoline.
I love that. Trampoline.
What was that?
Trampoline.
Trampoline.
But yeah, so now I'm super curious. Like, does Genba just have like a fucking magical bag of holding that you just pull shit out of?
He's Red from Shawshank Redemption.
I don't get that reference.
You should watch it.
You should watch it. It's a pretty fucking good movie.
There's a lot of I should watch, but I won't.
Yeah, in this life, you either get busy booning or get busy booming.
Perfect, Lane.
Thank you.
Nice. Yeah, so Genba decides, you know what? I do want a VIP seat. So as the rest of them get fucking destroyed by Mad Rex, he steps in. Turns out all you needed was one more ranger.
Actually, correction. So I did up the math. All right, I did up the fake math for this.
Okay.
One ranger can hand. Oh, there's no real math. It's more like story math.
Story math.
This is boontiplication.
Boontiplication with Gar. One ranger can take down one monster of the week.
Yes.
Last week.
Only if it's their episode.
Well, no, but it is the math of one ranger can take down a monster of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Boon Red was able to spar with Mad Rex without landing a direct hit on each other. So they're equals.
Mm-hmm.
However, Mad Rex plus monster equals total ass whooping from total ass whooping.
Full party wipe. TPK.
A complete fucking disaster.
Requeue. Get better gear.
Yeah.
So like there is like a natural progression of why they need another ranger.
Yep.
Yeah, no, this is better thought out than I think most people were expecting it to be in terms of like how seriously they're taking the villains. and threat.
The show has just been good in general because they're not spending all their time and effort on the weird experimenty crap that the last few years have done.
Yeah.
So we can just focus on it being just good.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first, folks. Ichi thinks this is better than King Oger.
That is not what I
That's
said.
exactly what you said. Those are not my words in your mouth.
Wow, I'm shocked. Very shocked.
I would describe King Oger as having weird experimental crap that I absolutely fucking loved.
No,
I
King
like
Oger's
weird experimental crap.
King Oger's experiment was, hey, what if we just have the Rangers standing around chalking?
Chalking?
Chalking, like chatting and talking.
Oh.
Chalking.
I've never heard that term in
My
my life.
interpretation
I
of
just came
what
up
if we
with
had
it.
a
It's
super
Garism.
what if we had a Super Sentai and set inside of a PS3 game?
What if we had a Super Sentai with a story?
Also that.
So yeah, we got Gemba transform into BunOrange, and it's pretty cool.
Great.
His suit actor's caked up to shit.
Of course, that's what people are focusing on.
Look at it.
And
it's glorious.
So now, as I like to think Ichi's very satisfied with, we get a full Boonboomger roll call, and it is fantastic.
Full team stock henshin, full team stock roll call. That's the shit Daddy likes!
and I love how Gemba says BunOrange. He doesn't say BunOrange. He goes BunOrange.
Orange.
I love that.
Orange!
Orange!
I am an orange.
Cake is my weakness.
It is my weakness.
But yeah, no, BunOrange is caked up.
People in the chat, who plays BunOrange's suit actor? Let's find out, shall we?
Identify the cake.
Antonio Banderas.
Of course, Gemba already has like great combat experience because he's a smart guy. He knows what to do. So.
Although I will say I'm disappointed that he didn't have like a stock sequence Hisatsu attack. He just did Boon Boom Axe Drive and then bonked him with the axe once, and that was it.
Crank.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
I will say one thing I didn't like in the episode was when he was fighting the wall monster. Like when he finished off the wall monster, the timing felt it needed to be trimmed up a bit.
Yeah,
because he does the attack. You stand there, you're thinking, okay, it's gonna fall. It's gonna fall.
Destruction
then
blocked.
Then it finally cuts to his chest being cut. It's like, okay, like some
sad intention.
Were we padding?
I was gonna say we can chalk that up to this episode was paced weirdly.
It happens. I was kind of hoping there would be that point where, like, sorry, what's Red's name? It's Taya?
Taya.
Where Taya and Une, I can't say his name right. Genba, sorry.
Genba.
Where Taya and Genba are together, because, like, Taya wants him to be on the team, and he's like, I'm just glad we could be here. The three of us. You, me, and this giant wall.
That scene where like, the monster puts the fucking, like, long-ass hallway, and then Orange, like, runs through it.
That was cool.
That was a cool scene.
There's a lot of, like Gar, you're 100% right. They're leaning into the Sentai aspect and in a big good way. Like they're being creative with their shots and fights. I'm noticing. There is a little bit more freedom going on here for sure.
Mm-hmm. And after all, isn't this show all about freedom?
Yeah, that's
freedom.
The theme of Cars.
Freedom.
Cars represent freedom.
Once you get in that car, you that's freedom, man.
Yeah, used to be horses.
Anywhere.
Used to be horses, now it's freedom.
All right.
I said that sentence.
It's about freedom. Make Sentai great again.
I lost all interest in the patriarchy when I found out it wasn't about horses. It's a good movie.
So we found out, or not found out. So we do a little car chase thing. This one felt a bit lackluster.
It was a short one.
It was short, but it made up for it by being absolutely fucking hilarious that the Boon shovel just fucking yeets Yarukar right off the road.
That was pretty funny.
And then we get the debut of... Sorry,
why is the orange's sword yellow when he's
I am so fucking irate that BunOrange's primary fucking vehicle is the yellow one. What was the logic behind that decision?
Well,
why would you do this to me, Toei?
They swapped it.
That is weird, and like I mean, orange and yellow are of a similar ilk, but like, yeah, why? That's weird.
It could have been a few things. A, he was meant to be the Yellow Ranger, and it was already a too late thing. All right, fuck it.
Could be.
Throw a color filter over the suit.
Decker, can you take a picture of BunOrange and make him yellow, please?
Yeah, let's see Boon Yellow.
That'd be cool.
I want to see Boon Yellow.
But yeah,
I'm not a fan of.
we get to see Boonboomger Robo Builder, and I
love the angry face on it.
I want to highlight my one issue with Boonboomger Robo in general, and it's not anything to do with the Robo itself. I hate the fact that they announce the name of the Robo before it's finished. Most other Sentai will say the name of the robot once it's finished combining, and for some reason Boonboomger says it before the combination happens, and that annoys me.
Not your thing?
Yeah.
Well,
I think it's like we're announcing
CD
what we're about to see, so I don't mind it. But I get why like you're not a fan. I want to say like it's such a different idea for the mech. I love the arm, how it's like
it's so creative.
Yeah, you don't see stuff like that.
The head, I just love. It's so fucking goofy. It's all it's because it's got teeth.
He's a construction worker. I'm walking here.
He's got the fucking miner's hat. The fucking shovel as like this exoskeleton kind of arm attachment, and then the dozer as the hammer.
Blaine, you know what it reminded me of? The Marines' guns in Aliens, the ones that like are kind of hooked to their bodies. You know, like they're kind of like on a swivel. That's what it reminded me of.
I was thinking of the exoskeleton suits from Reboot from that one episode.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I gotta rewatch that again.
Yeah.
I gotta rewatch Reboot.
I was saying that to Ichi earlier.
It's in 4K upscale on YouTube.
I was saying to Ichi, like, for some reason I was just on a megabyte kick the other night.
Yeah.
God, he's so good.
Tony J, one of the greats.
One of the best.
I love that. I love the episode where like the virus like infects Megabyte
web virus.
Like yeah, it makes them like fucking terrifying.
You can see how mad this episode is because these guys started talking about Reboot.
And then he combined into Gigabyte.
Yeah, that's nice.
That actually looks really fucking good.
That's cool.
Oh, let me see. Hang on, I need to go down.
Could have been.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Especially because with the you know why? It's because like with the meter. Yeah, looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, easy, normal, together, hard. That's Sentai math.
Yep.
That's true. No,
Also, gotta love when they started fighting, Taya and Mad Rex just staring at each other, like gunning each other down. Just let's fucking fight.
Oh, it reminded me of the Ninja when freaking
Gabi Raizo.
Yeah, Gabi Raizo and Takaharu. Yeah, they had like a cool rivalry. I
love that when Sentai does the Red Ranger having an ongoing rivalry with one of the generals. Yeah. It's always good.
Spoilers. Mad Rex might be getting the boot next episode because he's giant next episode.
But you know what? Shinkenger did the best with Shinken Red and Fujizo.
Juzo was good.
Yeah.
Juzo survived the entire show.
He did.
But the fight with the giant version of the Blockbag Maju was interesting.
Pink Floyd the wall.
He built a fucking Tetris wall. And then, out of fucking nowhere, as he dies, he just gives off an apparently terrible haiku.
Well, that seems to be a thing they're doing with these villains, is like, they don't, like, go, they get poetic at the end. They realize their inner, like, thespian.
I'm keeping all these fucking wallpapers of like the explosion with the mech. They're cool.
Yeah,
they're having fun. I also like though how what's her name? The like the funny one, General
Pink.
Oh, Itasha.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, like how she says, well, it wasn't a right haiku though. Like, isn't that what she said?
No, her comment was that it didn't have a seasonal word in it.
Oh, okay. I thought she said, it wasn't like the pattern.
That wasn't 5-7. She said it was 5-7-5, but it didn't have a seasonal word in it.
Oh, I see.
Also, it makes me very, very happy that the show knows to put Mira and Joe together because they're just such a fucking goofy ass duo.
Decker says Boom Boom Shovel has the worst attack mode. Agreed. All it does is fold out the fucking Megazord head. But is it really that much worse than Dozer, where all it does is flip the fucking bucket up so that it can be a hammer?
Those things are pretty strong, Age. I don't know.
Yeah. So basically, the A plot of the episode, which is Boon Boom trying to meet Bero Bero, literally goes nowhere because it doesn't get to meet Bero Bero, but it gets the plushie. And then we find out that Genba also sims for this weird creature.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized, oh no, he's a monster fucker.
I resemble that remark.
There's a difference between a furry and a monster fucker.
Okay, tell me what it is.
I'm sorry, what?
That is a discussion for another time.
Yes, Decker with the evil Joe meme.
Oh.
But yeah, this is I wouldn't say a lot of character development for Genba, but we're at the point where development will start happening from here, and I'm interested to see what Genba is all about. Looks like next week's episode we're gonna get a little bit more into Taya's dream, and also I spotted the ghost version of Boon Off-Road in one shot. So we're gonna see that in the episode.
Maybe it'll actually have a purpose.
Even though we know it doesn't have an attack mode.
Yet.
Yep. Yet.
No, the toy version literally doesn't have one, so.
Yet.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was Boonboomger. Very good episode.
It was a lot of fun. Shall we do the apocalypse now?
All right, it's time to go to Jesustown.
Woo woo!
Oh my fucking god, what did you make us watch?
Okay, so
before we explain, we got two guests with us.
Yep.
We have our local bear, Vegas.
Welcome.
I came straight from the Jesustown Zoo.
And back from our basement, after almost 40 episodes being done, it's our good friend Matt.
Yeah, I was down in the basement all chained up when a bunch of these weirdos came down there looking for some henshin toys. And took them out, and, here I am.
It's funny you say that. Lane was actually in the basement last week digging out Toku toys.
I was going to say, that's a neat trick considering where I currently live. I don't think there is a basement.
That you know of.
You do now.
Cool!
No, see, all we have to do to summon Matt is we have to say Hakaider 3 times and he'll show up.
Oh no, you gotta mention the big three. Godzilla Monster Planet, Guyver, and Hakaider.
That
sounds about right.
It's like a Beetlejuice spell.
If only you were here when we talked about both Guyver movies. That was fun. Those were fun movies.
We're going to be talking a little bit about Guyver tonight, I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, no. So I saw this movie and I watched all of it and I immediately went on the Castranger chat and just went, Cell, you're going to want to come over and watch this if you have the chance to.
And Ichi, for you, that should have been the big warning. Cell, you're going to be interested in this.
Yeah. For me, the big warning was seeing that Toshiki Inoue was involved with this. AKA the writer of Dawn Brothers.
Oh my.
Oh, was he? Oh my god.
Yeah, but think of this. He was also the writer for Paradise Lost, which
kind of evens out.
Similar to this movie.
Yeah. Dystopian future.
That being said, Lane, yeah, I am glad I did watch this because I actually found this interesting. Very amusing as well.
Right? No, I just the only way I could describe this movie is it's if Paul Verhoeven made a Toku film.
I was literally thinking the same thing as we were watching.
It is Japanese Mad Max meets Japanese RoboCop.
Yeah, definitely had Mad Max vibes to it.
As someone with not the most experience in film, the vibe I got coming away from it was, is this the room of tokusatsu?
No, there's far worse things.
Like, I was immediately liking it though, just because I don't know, this is gonna sound so weird. The grain of the movie is so nostalgic to me.
Welcome to 1995.
Whatever lens they used for this, I'm like, oh my god, this is This is warm. This is homely.
I was a bit confused by that because, so if y'all watch this movie legally through Tubi TV or wherever, Media Blasters release on Blu-ray.
I love that company name, Media Blasters. It sounds like a fucking Digimon attack.
It's like
Media Blasters.
So I'm at least expecting something like high def, something like of Zeto and J. Why did it look like it looked like it came off of a bootleg, not bootleg DVD? Well, I think it was the yellow subtitles that made it feel like a bootleg DVD.
Yeah, that definitely helped the vibe.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like I'm watching this illegally.
We should also mention we did watch the director's cut.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is significant. It's like 20 minutes longer. I looked into it. It's like the original one was less than an hour.
Yeah. So Gar, give us a little bit of backstory on what it is exactly Mechanical Violator Hakaider the movie is.
Well, that's why I invited Matt here, so that Matt knows this more than I do. I'll fully admit to that.
Well, Hakaider, the character, was originally in the 1970 show Hakaider, which was in 72. It came in that first Henshin boom after the first Kamen Rider. It kind of like took off. Hakaider as a show wasn't necessarily the most successful, but when Hakaider came in towards the end, there was a significant boost. The character was very popular. For years and years and years, they were trying to do a TV show or a movie. And around 94, 95, by that time, they were actually trying to do a feature-length film, of which Kaita Amamiya, the director of Kamen Rider Zeto, Kamen Rider J in this film, was a part of. Because of the fact that they needed a film for their 1995 Toei Superhero Fair, which had come in with 1993's Kamen Rider Zeto, and subsequently followed up by Kamen Rider J. Hakaider was then taken from this feature-length film and crammed into basically a 45-minute feature. So I believe like the original feature script was like over 130 pages, written by Toshiki Inoue. And then throughout, draft after draft after draft, I mean, it lost like 100 pages. So I believe the final draft was like anywhere between 40 and 45. So yeah, the film, the director's cut came out, I believe, like a year later. Added some things, but mostly just stylistic stuff. Not a whole lot of like, oh, the story makes more sense or is more in depth. But
I don't think we're in any danger of that.
Well, more visual effects were added, a couple of extra scenes, and then, there's a bunch of, they wanted to do a sequel to it originally, but with the TV show, that didn't fall through. That became Chanzerion. There was a video game for the Sega Saturn that was released that didn't seem to make much of a splash. And that's Hakaider for you. Very popular villain from the 70s, trying to be given new life in a 90s film.
Yeah,
the Shadow the Hedgehog of tokusatsu, if you will.
No, yeah. So like for me personally, I remember we watched Hakaider and I was like, oh, okay, Hakaider, he's cool. And then like Hakaider shows up, like when we watched an episode with like Hakaider's debut, and I was just like, okay, this guy's fucking cool. And I'm like, I want more of him. And then like we eventually watched like the Hakaider reboot movie, which unfortunately, I thought it was boring as all shit until Hakaider showed up, and I was like, "That's fucking awesome!" And then when I found out that he got his own standalone film in the '90s, I was just like, "I want to watch this someday." And I'm very glad I did.
Yeah, that was the thing. This has been ever since we talked about Hakaider all the way back in like, what was it, 2017?
Yeah, something like that.
2018.
Mm-hmm.
It was 2018 when we did the first Metal April. The Hakaider movie has been just floating around on the schedule for, hey, when are we ever going to get to this? I don't know. And since we started doing like Beetleborg stuff for October, there goes that idea of doing Hakaider for Halloween. So I thought, just to finally put that nail in the coffin, let's talk about the Hakaider movie during Metal April.
So we did to Hakaider what Toei did to Hakaider and just sat on it forever.
So, fun fact, I learned about this movie because of Matt here. His old YouTube videos. I watched one where he did like a sort of review thing of Hakaider, and I thought, okay, I like Zeto and Jay, and I thought those were cool. What's this Hakaider thing about? Oh my god, this is amazing.
I could see this being a lot of people who are like, if they're into Kamen Rider and they don't know like how hard it can get. Like this feels like when you're like 13, 14, it's like, oh, this is the cool Kamen Rider. Like I'm not Kamen Rider, but you know,
the edgy tokusatsu.
Yeah.
I love Mazin.
Kamen Rider fucks.
I love Mazin in our Discord says TLDR, the Kamen Rider Shin of Hakaider.
We were saying that so much. Like
we were comparing this movie to Shin Kamen Rider purely because there are countless moments where this movie will abruptly cut both its visuals and audio between scenes.
But it's even got
at a breakneck pace.
It's even got some of the same beats, though. It's even got some of the same like imagery, like with the motorcycle gangs and everything. Like those like mooks.
Some action will be happening. It'll just hard cut to Hakaider on his bike,
and then 5
seconds later cut back to it.
And I was wondering how much of that is because of this is the director's. I'm actually kind of curious to see the theatrical cut because I'd like to see what they cut out.
Yeah,
like I said,
you need to watch them side by side.
Yeah.
Theatrical cut's actually a lot better in my opinion because of the fact it's a lot less kind of like dreamy and just kind of like slow because of the fact it's so much more condensed.
It's a bit tighter.
It's it moves a lot faster. And again, this movie suffers. Like I love this movie personally, but I mean obviously it's not, you know, a staple of golden age of cinema or anything, but I mean it was seriously constrained on so many different levels with what it did or what it had rather. But out of the three films I think that Amamiya did for the superhero fair stuff, I think this one probably stands as definitely the most interesting comparatively to Zeto and Jay. And I love Zeto and Jay too, don't get me wrong, but there's just so much going on with Hakaider, whether visually or thematically. I'm not sitting here saying it's necessarily good, but there's a lot of stuff crammed in there.
Oh no, I was gonna say like this felt bigger than I was expecting it to be too. I'm sure it had a budget of some degree, but it's like they stretched it pretty well. Like there's so many sets in this movie.
Yeah, like I wouldn't call this good, but I would call it fascinating.
Yeah, like this was. We were not bored watching this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Also, you know what it is? It's like Waterworld.
That's a good way of putting it.
Not the greatest movie, but holy shit, the production value.
Also, Lane, you're gonna love this. I just figured out, like, if you see the poster there of Hakaider, this whole time I'm wondering, who does this remind me of? It's Cad Bane from Star Wars. That's who it reminded me of.
Oh yeah.
It's that face.
All right, well let's start talking about stuff that happens in the movie itself, and I have to say it didn't take 5 seconds for me to have to pause the movie and break down laughing, because the first shot of the film is the Toei logo, the typical like scene at the beach with the water crashing against the rocks, and then the logo fades out and we fucking pan left to the great big evil castle.
That was awesome! I was like, whoa!
It's been there the whole time!
The whole time. There's been an evil castle.
Now every time we see that, we'll know that there's a great big evil castle just to the left!
I'm not gonna know. We literally had to stop it.
Lives.
I was quoting Mewtwo a lot in this movie also.
We tried to create the greatest tokusatsu hero, and we succeeded.
Boom. So yeah, at this evil castle of evil,
we cut to the Mad Max Foot Clan metal detecting their way through the facility, bombing doors.
And this is what I was talking about. This movie is so charming to me. Just again, like the costumes, man. Like, the props.
The wardrobe department had a field day.
Everything's a little wet.
No, like the whole time I'm watching this movie, I'm just like, Sal would get such a kick out of this.
I got a kick out of it. That's you know me.
The the physical special effects for this film are phenomenal, in my opinion.
Yeah.
There was some good stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're at the very end. We're going to talk about something because I have something to talk about. But yeah, like
in this movie,
there's a lot of good production value, like in this, and this is just something. Okay, this sounds a little like, oh, back in my day. Like, here's the fact of the matter: back in the '90s, you had to make everything. Everything had to be physically made, so it just looks better, you know.
Yep.
Instead of like you know, kind of kicking my own goal with King Oja here, but it's better than just in front of a green screen.
There's appeals to both strategies when used correctly.
Yeah. And this one was having, it was interesting looking the whole way through.
Yeah. But, yeah, so this random squad of scavengers breaks into this big castle and they discover Hakaider chained up in there and he gets out and violent gunplay happens.
Yeah.
And
he fucks them up hard.
Violent gunplay in the dark. You can't see shit. Also, I can't remember which version of the dub I watched, but I could swear in one of them they mentioned something about an employer.
I don't know. We watched the sub. But yeah, so he Hakaider gets out after killing the people who freed him.
Like, you too.
Yeah. And then he goes in
That's not what happened.
And unchains his bike so that he can drive away.
That was hilarious because yeah, he's covered in chains and he basically mongos himself out of them, which I love. But like then also the bike has been chained up equally, and I'm like, why did you leave the bike there with him?
Why does the bike need to be chained up?
I also why does he have a bike at all?
I read this somewhere. Apparently the name, maybe they said in the movie, the name of the bike is Guilty, which that's actually kind of
that's badass.
That's pretty hardcore.
That's fucking sick.
But the funniest thing about that is the fact that like he breaks almost all of the chains on the bike except for one, and then just lets the last one drag, scraping across the road as he's driving.
I'm like, you're gonna snag a manhole cover, bro. It's dangerous.
That's Hakaider. He's dangerous.
It did look cool.
Yeah. And then he drives up to the gatehouse of a town whose name we were absolutely not fucking ready to hear.
Like, no. And it sneaks up on you, too. Like, you're not expecting it. Because he goes up to toll booth, and, okay, we're going to see more of this later. Very multicultural cast for a mid-90s Japanese movie. That's interesting.
Several non-Japanese people.
Very interesting. Who are straight-up characters, too.
Yeah.
But, like, young George R. R. Martin there, though, he says, okay... Made myself laugh. We're at the border. You're at the border of Jesustown. And he says it so nonchalantly, and we lost our minds.
Again, I had to pause and break down laughing for a few minutes
because, like we were watching like with subtitles, and I read faster than
I actually saw it.
At first, I was like, "Wait, are they gonna say Jesustown?"
And then he says it, and I'm like, "Oh my fucking god!"
I was like, "Turn off the movie. It's not getting better than that."
So this is the kind of movie we're watching. Oh. Got it.
When did Evangelion come out in relation to this?
I don't know.
Because there's some similarities here. So yeah, he says actually, because when he's not transformed, what's his name?
Ryo.
He doesn't say anything, right? The whole time.
He has almost no lines, despite being the main character of the movie,
which is interesting.
No lines at all.
I think he has like 2 lines in the whole movie.
I think he only speaks while transformed.
Exactly, and that you know the silent protagonist, the silent hero, very Mad Max once again,
which is fucking hilarious given how much Kaoru latches onto him and just makes so many fucking assumptions.
That's later. He does talk. Later on, when after he meets Kaoru and her quote-unquote friends, but I think that's the only time he ever actually talks.
He had that one line where he was like, if you don't think for yourself, if you don't have willpower, you are not worth living.
But wasn't he in like Robo mode?
Yeah, I think almost all, if not all of his lines are wild.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I just find that interesting.
And then he has that one line later where he sees the people in the cage and goes, would you like to be free?
So we'll get there. Yeah. So there's also a little robot at the toll booth. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, my favorite line in this entire movie. It'll come up way later, but it's in the English dub. Justice, this is what I do with it. I burn it.
Very nice.
All right.
My favorite line later. But like, can we talk about our villain real quick? So
Please, can we talk about
Which one?
This is the villain of our movie, Gurdjieff.
Okay, so we get introduced to Michael first, and then they show this guy, and I'm like, is his name fucking Gabriel? Because we're clearly going with an angelic Christian theme here.
Oh yeah.
This fucking badass looking robot's name is fucking Michael. I could not hold back my laughter.
I mean, like, yeah, he's named after the angel Michael, but it's just such a basic human name. It's like, hi, I'm Michael. You can call me Mike.
Michael, the John Travolta movie where he plays an angel.
What? He looks a lot like John Person.
I fucking
Imagine
love.
if there was a
Michael's design was so good. I love that suit.
No, and I was gonna say like,
imagine if there was a second one, named Gabriel.
Oh yeah.
well, yeah,
Just
let's
imagine.
That'd be cool.
Hakaider would have been fucked.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny though, like, because they introduced this guy and we were like, oh wow, yeah, this guy looks cool, and like you said, he just says Michael, and at first I thought maybe they're going for something else entirely. No, because then then we meet our guy up here. What was his name again? Gurdjieff, and
what the fuck is that a reference to? Because that's not a name I recognize.
No, like, but for me it was like, okay, is he literally a one-winged angel? No, it's even better. He is wearing a vulture or something, a vulture skeleton as a cape.
Yup.
That is hardcore.
That is actually badass.
It's like, see, two very like the. Oh my god, I completely forgot about that.
Michael. Yeah.
Genuinely, the two villains have a genuine good presence this whole way. I'll say, especially Michael.
This fucking murdery god hand.
Just shows up. I'm sorry, sir. He got away. And you didn't stop him. Pathetic. Kills the guy. Kills the only survivor.
Yeah, because he didn't fight till the end.
The fucking Parliament heavy soldiers were so cool. When they first showed up, I was hoping that they would be called the Disciples.
Yeah. That would have been amazing. Yeah, I got like Ghost in the Shell vibes off them.
Yeah, like they start off with these really like shitty looking like foot soldier like police, like they have like these weird like drapes on their heads and stuff, and I'm just like, these guys are kind of shit. And then it's like, no, bring out the heavy soldiers, and I see these guys, I'm like, that's more like it.
Here we go. We need some stormtroopers.
They did kind of have stormtrooper vibes.
They were as effective.
Yeah, which was extra funny when they started all dying and flailing around.
I will say this movie, like, you got to make a drinking game for every time one of these soldiers got their fucking head crushed in. Like,
yeah.
It was funny because, like, at first I was like, I couldn't tell. I was like, are these robots? Because like they're so off, and oh wait, no, are they just like soldiers? And then no, it's a bit of both.
We see inside one of their helmets, and it turns out they are people. They are part of the lobotomized humans that it's just part of the system of the city.
Don't worry,
that room, like where they like just like that one
nursery
guy, like, they're watching on like, the TV screen, and he's just like sitting there, just like looking at this like puzzle piece, just like in awe, and it's just like the acting from all these patients were like just amazing.
It was amazing to see re-education.
Really that's the scene that really sold me on Gurdjieff being a piece of shit.
Oh, the man is clearly insane.
This is literally the re-education facility.
You're right. Like,
he's wearing a vulture on his shoulder. Of course he's insane.
There is no crime in my city.
A man named his city Jesustown.
Yeah, we're not talking about that enough.
Robot Michael.
Like,
Jesustown.
What? Jesustown.
Jesus.
This guy really liked the Bible.
No. This is like when fucking Superman would just like Otisburg. It's just a little tiny little place. Otisburg.
Did the director think that Jesustown was the translation of Jericho. Is that what has happened here?
Maybe.
Fucking maybe.
Maybe Jericho just didn't roll off the tongue well enough in Japanese.
Can we also talk about how the fucking Parliament building in Jesustown is literally just Nathan Phillips Square in downtown Toronto?
It did have that sort of similar vibe. Every time we were there, it's like, oh yeah, look, it's us. No, guys, Jesustown is Toronto. This is the future.
Yeah.
This isn't Japan.
This is the future liberals want.
Oh. So, like, and again, like, that was something I liked about the movie overall, was the setting. Like, Jesustown, it's a cool place. Like, actually.
Jesustown is a cool place.
No, like, it's like LA and Blade Runner or something, where it's just a cool looking place. Again, I just love the set of everything.
Yeah.
Like, there's smoke everywhere.
Or the other Earth in the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah, genuinely, yes. It gave me that vibe. There's a lot of, like, again, like, I don't know what the budget of this was, but it felt kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, when it felt like it was, like, really trying with it, you know? Like, because, like, there was matte paintings. They weren't the best incorporated, but there were matte paintings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
we now know that this movie did well enough that it actually warranted its own video game on Sega Saturn.
Well, yeah, he was saying that earlier.
Yeah, I think Matt was saying that earlier.
It was a rail shooter, apparently. That's cool.
One thing we need to talk about real quick is the one time that Hakaider has like a stock quote-unquote henshin sequence. The way the fucking screen like shattered with like the red glass effect, I was like, are we about to cut to the Ryuki opening? Jesus.
Oh no, that was actually, I really like that transformation.
That was pretty cool.
I like that. I like the broken glass.
Very unconventional, but very cool.
It was a little weird when Venom started attaching itself to Hakaider, but
that it kind of had that vibe.
And again, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was getting Guyver the movie vibes a lot from this.
Yeah.
Like, just like in terms of like framing and the way it was shot, like some of the effects did have a similar feel. Like they're like.
Yeah,
a lot of like backlights and smoke. There was a lot of smoke machines in this movie.
Oh yeah,
holy hell! Like, the dry ice manufacturers were eating that weekend.
Fun fact: originally, Hakaider was supposed to have a single arm blade, but Amemiya actually took it out because of the fact that Dark Hero had just done it, and then he did something very similar in Zedum 2. So there's your little. I'm sure there's probably some more connections too. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that some of the people that worked on Hakaider probably worked on Guyver 2 as well.
Really
nice,
Matt. I'll be hilarious. So Matt actually has a script from the movie with notes in it.
Nice.
Oh,
cool. I really hope one of the notes in that movie is just Jesustown.
Oh, on second thought, let's not go to Jesustown. This is a silly place.
Jesustown underlined 3 times.
So it's okay. Hakaider may have not had some kind of bladed weapon, but he had one of probably the most badass fucking shotgun in all of existence.
Yeah.
I was about to say, like, they took out the arm blades and replaced it with a wrist gun.
With a fucking shotgun.
And yeah, the actual shotgun was actually badass.
Terminator was popular.
Okay.
Yeah.
RoboCop is cool and all with his pistol, but my god, that shotgun.
Yeah. I can't tell you the amount of times that the phrase "your move, creep" entered into my brain while we were watching.
I thought you were going to say, I can't tell you the amount of heads that he shot off with this shotgun.
Also that.
Because that became a thing.
There were at 2 or 3 points I was screaming like double kill, triple kill,
like it's
Kilimanjaro.
It's the most badass thing. He takes off 2 people's heads with 1 shotgun shell.
The double kill.
It was great.
So good.
Just one more thing. I have to get this out of my head. We were talking about Jesustown, and my brain just keeps going, won't you take me to Jesustown?
Oh. God damn it.
Isn't that the Vatican?
Pray about it. Ooh, yeah.
So, it's really, so we also get introduced to, like, our female character.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about the
Kaoru.
Let's talk about the lovable street rats.
The woman who absolutely imprints on a murderous robot from out of town and completely romantically attaches herself to him despite him not having said one fucking word to her.
No,
he's the perfect man.
So I'm just gonna like jump into this. So like, my favorite line in this whole fucking movie was just literally her dying fucking words, where she's looking at Hakaider. She's looking at Hakaider.
If you're listening, you watch the movie.
Yeah, she's looking at Hakaider and just goes, "Huh, you're staring at me a lot. I feel like you want to come on to me. All right, go ahead then." Dies. I'm just like, what?
I may seem easy, but I'm not. Puts head on shoulder, passes away.
Dies.
Jesus Christ!
Been there.
Also, she had a dream, like a vision or dream about like her getting attacked, and then she gets saved by like a knight on a horse, and apparently it's Hakaider.
She has a dream where she's like a succubus, and she's like on a.
I kind of got like Queen of the Fairies kind of vibe, and then she gets saved by the Black Knight on a horse, and that's Hakaider on his bike.
So I have analyzed and reanalyzed that dream sequence I don't know how many freaking times, but it is essentially the anti-play of the basic plot of the movie. With the fucked up angel thing basically being Gorgev and
oh my god, that fucking undead angel in her dream was nightmarish.
That thing was cool.
Yeah.
It never came back. I was like, how much money did you spend on this effect?
And the Black Knight, of course, being Hakaider.
Yeah.
You know what, Sel? I think it was when we saw that angel thing where I just went, I got a message, Sel. He's got to be on. He's got to watch.
Hell, dude, I loved it. It was really cool. It was like, it reminded me of Cemetery Man. I'm like, yeah, let's do this.
I feel like the second time we saw the dream, that was absolutely one of the scenes that had to have been removed from the other version.
A lot like you was saying earlier. It felt like there was a lot of stuff that the director put in that was like very slowing and like what's the word, like metaphysical aspects,
very,
like
very Zack Snyder,
artistic, and that's fine,
pace deaf.
Yeah, it's like, hey, that's the director's vision, and it's an interesting vision. I'll say that for sure.
This will be the clip I show.
This will be what I'm remembered for.
This will be when I go for the Oscar.
This will be in my demo reel.
Yeah.
Then he went on to make Dawn Brothers, and the world changed. Not the director, but
no, the director went on to create Garo.
Oh shit!
Wait, actually,
I said while we were watching the first dream sequence, this feels like Garo.
Yeah, that things are starting to connect.
Oh no!
You know what? Now that I actually see it too, we were saying like, because Sega got a credit in the movie too. Remember?
Oh yeah, that must be related to the video game.
Yeah, I mean that's interesting. Now we know.
Mm.
So yeah, sorry, like our main character, she's part of like this like group of rebels, and again, not expecting it to be this multicultural. They're in the movie like basically the whole time.
So what we're seeing is we have a ragtag bunch of multicultural, anti-government, bomb-using terrorists trying to free the city from the chokehold of a corporation fraught with control issues. I think this is what inspired Final Fantasy VII.
It's a lot like Final Fantasy VII.
It looks like
all it's missing is a guy with a gun arm.
It looks
no,
like
wait, that's Hakaider.
Hakaider had a gun in his arm. You ticked all the boxes.
It looks like their names were Cap, Ami, Kyo, Andy, Eddie, and Ralph.
All right.
Yeah. It was interesting. It was also like, I mean, this is kind of par for the course, but like, they were all dubbed over, even the ones who like you could tell like they were like not. No wait, sorry, back up there. My bad. Like just the way they were talking was interesting. Like
they did seem like a couple of. I think the foreign ones feel like they were dubbed over.
Yeah, like but I mean like I feel like they were speaking English on set.
Yeah.
But that got dubbed into Japanese, and then even we watched a little bit of the dub, like we said. It sounded like they were dubbed again.
Yeah.
So, like, I always find that interesting.
Also, I could be wrong. Someone might want to look it up, but there was one dude, one of the English members of the terrorist cell, who sounded to me like he was voiced by Kyoryu Violet, like Buggy, the male Kyoryu Violet. I don't know the actor's name, but that was the voice he sounded like.
Could very well be him. This is, like, he was active. He was probably active at that time as well.
But so yeah, Hakaider basically shows up, gets involved with this terrorist cell. Even though they absolutely know nothing about him, Kaoru just assumes, you're here to save the city, right?
Do I look like I am? Another thing, go ahead, Lynn.
So, you know the other chick who was in the group?
The one who was like, oh, you want to be a bride, don't you? And I want to start a ranch.
The one who always looked like she was about to take out a switchblade.
Yeah.
Apparently that was Scorpina.
Oh, sick.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow.
Good for her. So the reason she was like, you're here to save the city, right? It's because of those dreams she had.
Yeah. Oh, I guess, yeah, true enough,
yeah.
There's an Indian. I gotta say, too, I love, though, I guess if they saw how he entered the city, because he did blow up the doors to get in, it might look like you're trying to take him on.
Oh no! If you look up the definition of bullet sponge in the dictionary, Hakaider's picture will be on that definition.
We should. That's something I was about to say. That's something I do want to talk about. There were some very good action scenes in this, not specifically fight choreography, although that was good too. Mm-hmm. Very good. Motorcycle action going on in this.
Yeah.
Again, it feels like this had just a bigger budget than normally, or it was just really well utilized.
The scene where he was fighting the heavy soldiers who were also on bikes, that was fun.
Which that also felt like I always get is it Shin Kamen Rider the one that we watched on it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a scene in that movie.
And again, that was a thing that happened in Final Fantasy VII.
It's all nothing's original. Nothing. Your Honor, if we can't steal our ideas, where are we gonna get them from? I just love that, the part, I think it's the first one he takes out. How, it looks like he just blows up the bike first. Mm-hmm. What happened there?
He just grabbed the dude and pulled him off the motorcycle and then dropped him on the road.
Right?
That was awesome.
There was some, definitely some, things where they were going, how brutal can we make this for what we're doing,
Yes.
I love that one of them tries to use Hakaider's shotgun and the recoil is so bad that he blows his own fucking arm off.
That was so fucking cool. It just it reminded me of in Judge Dredd when someone uses a lawgiver and they can't use it and their hand blows up.
Lane, I also got a bunch of Judge Dredd vibes from this.
Yeah, 100%.
It reminded me of when, oh my god, I can't remember their names. Kamen Rider Burst.
Oh, Date and Dante. Yeah, Date and Goto.
Yeah. Yeah, when he, tried to use the gun.
Oh, yeah.
And it sent him fucking flying.
Yep.
Yeah.
But after the motorcycle fight, they send in what I like to refer to as the Jesus wagon, aka a fucking van with a cannon on it.
Yeah, so I love that they hype this thing up, that it's this super fucking powerful machine, and then literally Hakaider just blows it up.
Blasted in one shot.
Which, nothing. In the movie itself, the whole thing is he is meant to be this unstoppable force. Yeah. So, because, you were saying, Lane, he's a sponge. I love how there is no effect, basically, of attack on this guy. He just keeps getting, just walks through the bullets.
The only thing that happens like that is before he henshins, we get that one shot of, the bullet dent on his forehead.
Oh, yeah! That bit where he just gets shot in the head.
I mean, guys, he is called the Destroyer.
Yeah.
He is the Destroyer. I thought he's the Violator.
And Hakai.
Hakai is the word for destroy.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Destroyed her.
And to think this eventually led to
where does the mechanical Violator come in?
Where's John Leguizamo when you need him?
It just sounds cool.
To think this is what led to Hakaiser in Zenkaiger.
Oh yeah.
No, that was Ninja Captor.
That too, but I just mean naming wise.
It's a good thing you weren't attached to these gang of miscreants, because they die.
Gunned down.
Die. It's sad too. One of them just hugs he's hugging kind of over the black guy.
Yeah, actually, it's they look like they were friends.
The funniest thing in that whole scene is they show up because they're after Hakaider. Yeah. That's their primary objective. They gun down almost everyone else in the base just because they're nearby. And then, as they've quote-unquote finished their mission, you have the Kaoru and the one other dude as the only survivors, and then the fucking troop of soldiers just walking past them, and then the last one in line goes, "Oh wait, hold up, bam, bam!"
And that, just one of the funniest things I've ever seen. It had all,
whoops, forgot some.
Had all the energy of this guy.
I loved like all the soldiers show up and they just start like they're literally just like open firing on their weapons on the entire gang, and they don't stop shooting until like the last one's fully dead, and then they immediately stop shooting. Like I was like, what the fuck? It's so overkill.
And like we also got to see earlier with Michael, because like I think you mentioned it before, Lane, but his whole thing of like, at first they actually kind of like set him up that maybe he's like a bit too like radical with it, but he actually believes in like good or something.
Yeah.
Until you see like, why didn't you die for me? And just like, didn't he like break his neck or something? What did he do?
He like shoved his god hand into his face.
Yes,
and then
that was
blood
it.
fucking sprayed everywhere.
Yes, that was it. Like, yeah, it was weird. I like, in terms of what I feel this could have inspired. I like, if anyone's seen Psycho Gorman, like just Pandora and her people, kind of felt like Michael in this. Which, okay, that could just be as simple as there's clearly an angel theme going on with both.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Yeah.
So we do eventually find out that Gurchev supposedly created Hakaider, because he's like explained to Michael this whole thing of just like, he's like, yeah, I designed him to be like, you know, just like this robot to, you know, like do everything I needed it to do, but then it was just like too powerful and just couldn't control it, so I had to like get rid of him.
I just love the line.
So you can just kind of tell that like, throughout the rest of the movie, Michael's sort of like jealous of
which is a bit funny to think about, because Hakaider's suit actor was Kamen Rider Black, and Michael's suit actor was Shadow Moon.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
that's great.
That explains a lot.
I fucking love how Gurdjieff is like, he doesn't really exist. He only Hakais.
It's in our heart.
But yeah, you could just tell Michael was jealous the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
He's like,
I mean, like, the takeaway is Hakaider was basically a prototype of Michael, of what he is.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're the ugly version of me. I have to erase you.
And I mean, I feel like they are trying to do something with like that idea. It's like the whole light is not good is in full effect here.
Yeah.
Like they like, you know, because he's the evil. Like I appreciate how Hakaider never got like a heroic looking form. He always sort of had the he had that face,
the dark hair.
he had the dick head, like just the whole way through. And meanwhile, like Michael looks genuinely cool.
Yeah.
Like I love also like we see what
the fucking wing.
That one wing that's like also done
There's
up
our
like
one-winged angel.
Yeah, like done up a bit like a very cool design overall.
Yeah.
Turns into a blade later.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, I might be reading too much into this, but Michael being like an off-white color, just to show that like he's supposed to be pure, but he's not really pure because he's just that off-white.
That's good.
Yeah,
could be that.
That's good.
Something else like. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that the whole thing with Hakaider and Michael plays into a theme that Japan loves a whole freaking lot. Reverse justice.
Oh yeah.
In which the good guys look like bad guys and the bad guys look like good guys.
I love when things do that. Another really good example of this dark good, light bad is Final Fantasy XIV's Shadowbringers storyline. Excuse me for shoving a little bit of my personal bias in there.
I didn't think Ichi would find a way to show FF14 and a Hakaider thing.
I mean, I've already been talking about FF7, so...
Fair enough.
The thing I was gonna say too, like something I found interesting is that like usually in these kinds of movies when you have like the rebel force, they're always portrayed as, oh, we're the good guys because we're fighting against the tyranny. But then when you find out what they want is to be able to do whatever they want, which is like this movie's kind of nihilistic, honestly. Just like you got the the parliament and everything being like, no, we're going to control everyone, and if you're bad, you get lobotomized, but at least you'll be peaceful. And the other people saying, no, we want to be free, but with that freedom, we're going to just like wreck shit. We're going to steal everything. We're going to do what we want when we want. It's a very like ugly.
Kind of assholes.
They were like, again, that's, you know, you usually don't see that in these kinds of movies, like where it's like, oh yeah, everyone's just kind of shit. Like this does feel to me. Sorry, Gar. This does feel to me like a better version, really, of what like Shin Kamen Rider was doing, you know. And I don't even hate that movie, but just this felt like, to me, the better version.
That does lead to a very big question. Then, if they feel so like caged up in Jesustown, why don't they just leave?
Okay, isn't it implied that the rest of the world is a wasteland, or was that just
the cursed earth?
Also, you remember the border gate,
yes,
right?
Yes,
that thing kills people.
You're right. I forgot about, but like the whole thing was that like Hakaider can get through it fine because he's Super Hakaider. Like, and they actually like that's actually a good bit of filmmaking right there. The whole chain being dragged along was to show, because that didn't get through the gate. That got scorched off. The guy even looks at it like, what the hell? How'd he do that?
The movie definitely had like a post-apocalyptic vibe going on.
100.
Dystopian.
Yes. And like, just like, so, that just like makes me think of like Never-Ending Story when he has to pass through the gate.
So then we get like we get Hakaider like facing off against our villains, and it's pretty cool.
Just before we get into the fights at the end, before we get into the fights at the end, I want to talk about the one scene that was definitely the most confusing part of the movie.
Was it the dreams?
It was the second dream specifically, because it's like, sorry, it's right after the rebel base gets raided, and the only one left is Kaoru, and then she gets shot, and then like Michael shows up, and like the scene cuts away from him about to god hand her to death.
Oh yeah.
And then we just cut to her wandering the streets, and I'm like, all right, I guess she survived? Question mark. And then we just cut into this
director's cut.
We just cut into this quote-unquote like dream sequence question mark of her taking Hakaider to the Oasis,
to the secret place, and like, okay, so some of the effects in this movie are really good. Some of them are a clearly photoshopped statue against the skyline. And it just becomes like, you maniacs, you blew it up, damn you all to hell, because that's just ingrained.
I also love how one of the broken giant statues in her later dream sequences is the Virgin Mary.
Symbolism.
It's symbolism that she wants to get laid.
Are those like on the outskirts of Jesustown? Like, where the hell is that?
She says that the Oasis secret spot is in Jesustown. She says it's like her secret favorite spot. So I guess it's like in like the isolated area. It's kind of it's almost like Wakanda, where it's like a hidden oasis in the fucking wasteland. But like this is like not in the main town area, but like somewhere like off away.
How big is Jesustown? Because at a certain point, you're Jesus City.
This is like Jesus Province.
more like Jesus Village.
Oh, Jesusburg.
Yeah. So yeah, that whole scene happens where we're back in the dream. There's burning crosses. I don't think Japan fully comprehends the problem with that scene.
Oh, yeah. That was like, oh, no.
We get the scene of her in the wedding dress, and the shot where the first time you see her in the wedding dress, the way that was shot, I would have put money down that she was not actually wearing it. She was just standing behind it.
Yeah, just like, it was shuffles out to the side.
Yeah, but then you see her from the side, and I'm like, all right, I guess she has it. And yeah, then we have that whole scene where it's like, she just like decides that he's coming on to her for no fucking reason.
She likes him. He likes her. What's there to say?
Apparently. He keeps her little bells afterwards.
Maybe he did.
A little bit.
You can't just fondle my bells like that. You need consent.
Why don't you kiss me before you fondle my bell?
Yeah, so she dies in his arms, and then that, I guess, motivates him to start actually kicking ass.
Isn't that literally what happened in Shin Kamen? Just saying. I'm just saying.
I'm pretty sure that's also what happened in Rambo 2.
It is what happened in Rambo 2.
His love interest died. He
Mad Max
from her, and then decides to go on a fucking killing spree.
Oh my god.
That also happens in Mad Max. He finds out his wife and kid are killed, and he kills Top Hunter and his gang.
Gotta go on a rampage.
He walks up to Michael, and as they're about to fight, he says, like, if you are justice, then I will be evil. And I'm like, all right, Gira.
Calm down.
Burn flowers.
Sets a fucking flower on fire.
That was a cool shot.
So that in the English dub, that's where the line comes from.
Yeah.
Justice, this is what I do with it. I burn it. And then he lights the flower on fire.
That was a super cool shot.
I have to say, yeah, I know exactly what you're going to talk about. That fight scene between Hakaider and Michael, that is up there in my favorite fight scenes in all of Tokusatsu, because the way the sounds resonated every time they clashed, fucking brilliant. Love that scene.
You also brought up... Go ahead, Gar.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say as well. Like when they start punching each other, since they're both made of metal, it emphasized that they're just, that's what it would sound like. You're just punching metal. It
sounded like a bell tolling. It was really cool.
Yeah.
What I really like too is like every time they like broke a piece of the building, like the insides of the building are red. It looked like bloody, visceral. Like it was an interesting choice.
This is how we get away with gore from fighting robots.
Because everything else in this, like, intentionally, of course, it's all pristine white, like all the Jesustown Parliament stuff. Like, whereas like the street rats are wearing like punk outfits.
Yeah,
but yeah, you're right. It made everything look like it was bleeding. It was falling apart. I genuinely thought of like, are they gonna pull a Kyoruger here, where like it turns out the big thing is the god
is living and sentient?
Yeah, it was.
That would have been interesting.
Nathan Phillips Square. It turns out it was Jesus the whole time.
Yeah.
I love too when he goes in for the first time, like, we're like, is he gonna like Star Wars trench run? And he kind of did, like when he shot his gun.
He shoots his gun once and literally pulls an end of Star Wars Episode 4 where it snakes its way to the core and blows up most of the people inside of the building.
Use the Force.
I can do that. Here, hold my beer.
Let go. Trust me.
The Force.
It's so funny considering. It's so funny considering Hakaider's suit has a Darth Vader vibe to it.
It does have a bit of a Darth Vader vibe.
I believe Hakaider was an inspiration for Darth Vader. I think.
I fucking bet.
It's entirely possible.
I was gonna bring this up. In the original video I saw that got me onto Hakaider, Matt mentioned that Hakaider was one of the inspirations for Darth Vader.
That's awesome.
I don't know if there's actually any proof of that, but that was something that's been floating around for a long time.
Yeah, I've seen the original. I've seen what he looks like originally. George Lucas, he's a bit of a worldly guy. It's possible.
Also, I like how this fight between them had this like symbolism of sort of like blood and like organs and stuff, because like they would like push each other through like pillars and walls, and just underneath like the foundation was just like like the red tube. I loved that shit. That was really good like symbolism.
Yeah.
Like the whole set bleeding was amazing.
Yeah.
Like the music as well, how like it feels like not godly, but like
no, I think godly. Like there's a choir,
heavenly.
Yeah, like there's especially with Mike
choir with it.
Yeah, like that felt very intentional. Like, and I love the bit too where like I mean, usually in these like Christian imagery, there's a lot of hand injuries going on. What do we get?
Hand injuries.
Oh yeah.
Trying to reach for the gun, grabs the gun, takes all the guns out.
Gets his arm ripped off.
I don't mean to interrupt, but my earbud is dying, so I have to go.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for joining us, Vic.
Sorry I couldn't stay for the whole thing. I fucking love this movie. It's amazing. It's dumb, goofy, it's badass. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Good night.
Good night, Bear.
But yeah, the whole like simulated viscera of that battle scene culminates perfectly in the shot where Hakaider pulls Michael's fucking head off and pulls his spine out with it.
Straight up Mortal Kombat moment.
I literally said fatality.
I was just like, I think I just saw it happen. I was just like, yeah.
He rips off the wing first, which is what you always got to do.
Also, right before that, the badass surprise of like, oh, you think I'm useless without my gun? Takes one of his bullets that Michael racked out of his gun, loads it into his secret wrist compartment. BAM!
Hakaider, age 45, turned himself over to the police and spent the rest of his life in prison. If you know that reference.
I love what's his face afterward. Like we'll get to like the meat and potatoes of like what happens with Michael, but just like afterwards, just like he what's his face just tries shooting him with a fucking gun, and I'm just sitting there going like, bro. Why the fuck would you think that would work?
I was fully ready for Gurdjieff to blow his own arms off like that one soldier dude.
Oh yeah, imagine that's where it went.
But yeah, then Gurdjieff pulls out a fucking like normal ass revolver to try and shoot Hakaider.
It just reminded me of that guy. It just reminded me of that guy from Pulp Fiction who's just like fucking unloading, and he just keeps clicking the gun even though it's not working.
But there is the big thing.
Yeah, we haven't talked about the final boss battle.
So Gurdjieff unveils this secret creature.
Gurdjieff, who was just there the whole time. By the way,
like we just cut to him and he's just there. Like we don't see him enter the room. Which leads us to conclude that he's just been there slightly off screen the whole fight.
I was legit wondering, like Hakaider was being like, were you there the whole time?
The name of the thing is just Michael Tank.
Michael Tank!
Michael Tank.
That sounds like just a normal white dude's name.
Michael Tank.
No, that sounds like the name of like a pro bodybuilder doing like an exercise video.
What's up, I'm Michael Tank. Welcome to American Gladiators.
30 minutes, you and I are gonna rip it up.
I'd like to introduce you to my dodgeball team. Blade, Michael Tank,
Laser, Blazer.
But yeah, there is the thing. So it takes Michael's head. I believe that's Michael's head.
Yeah,
it's Michael's head.
And then underneath all the shell is the Hakaider head.
That was so fucking cool. I picked up on that immediately, and I'm like, oh my god, it's Hakaider!
Yeah, so I feel like the director, like, you could tell he liked Hakaider more over Hakaider. So he's just like, I'm just gonna make Hakaider this lovable robotic hero just a fucking abomination in my film.
And apparently, I was reading about this. Apparently, that was a bit of a stir with the fans. Like, what the hell? Like, you made the hero the villain.
That has the same energy of James Gunn making Scrappy Doo the most hated dog in all of cartoons.
So to be fair, this was 1995. Ishinomori was still alive. He had did he have some sort of creation in this? I'm not sure. Maybe it was as a blessing to use his characters. I'm curious to know if he had any remarks on this.
He was involved. He was actually, Hakaider's actually his favorite creation. It meant a lot more to him than Kamen Rider did. But he was involved with this. I can't exactly say to what degree. By 95, his illness was kind of like taking a bit of a toll. I know that like his like hands-on approach really started kind of deteriorating with like Zeto. Definitely not as much with Jay. So I think Hakaider was kind of the same way. You know, I mean, he was. His studio was obviously involved. He was involved, but I don't think it was this super duper hands-on thing like it might have been previously. By the way, sorry I keep on coming in. I'm not trying to be like a know-it-all and be like, well, no, actually, or anything.
No, it's fine. You know a lot more about the behind-the-scenes stuff than most of us do, so it's helpful to have a different perspective.
And Gar, I was going more like the fans' reaction, not like the creators, like in terms of...
Oh, I know.
Like, I get why people would be upset about this. I think it's fucking genius.
I can understand how people would be insulted by this. It's like if they took the main character of a show you loved and turned it into a horrible fucking monster.
So what Michael Bay did to Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
That's what's happened here.
So what they did with Kane in RoboCop 2.
I was gonna say, Lane, thank you for reminding me, because I was marveling at this thing, because I was like, at the first shot, I was like, is that stop motion? They use a lot of stop motion in this.
Yeah.
Like, that was interesting. That's
even,
it looked great.
Even Hakaider was stop motion.
Yeah, Hakaider was stop motion.
While it was getting tossed around like a ragdoll, yeah.
And like that thing looks so much to me like two other things. Like one, there's this movie called Virus. Like it's not great, but it's got some really cool stuff in it. And also, if you played Resident Evil,
looks like Arc Zero.
Fucking Heisenberg.
What? Oh yeah, that's right. Jesus Christ.
Also, good practical effects in Virus. Again, not great movie, but Jamie Lee Curtis fighting the Borg.
I think it looks like it digivolves into Devastator.
The enemy screwed him.
Yeah, no, this Michael Tank thing was fucking sick.
My favorite part about it was that it had fucking chainsaw blades under its chin.
Right, like right there.
You guys know that was Hakaider, right?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
We were talking about that, yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Oh yeah. But no,
like
freaking, it's like something you'd seen in Robot Wars.
Yeah. It felt like I was watching an episode of fucking BattleBots.
I remember, I think it was James Rolfe who said this, but like there is something about using stop motion specifically for robots that just works.
Yeah.
Like it looks robotic.
Yeah. But as Hakaider is almost defeated by Michael Tank, he reveals his final secret weapon. Fucking chest blasters!
Guyver! Well, that's what happened at the end of Guyver!
And just me, as he reveals that, I'm like, here's my Sunday best!
Oh my god.
And he blasts him, and he's gone.
No wonder he didn't feel anything for any of the characters. His heart was replaced by 3 guns.
Look into your heart.
Oh, I remembered something I wanted to say earlier. So, like, when Hakaider's couldn't get to his shotgun and then revealed his fucking, like, wrist gun, my brain just went to Pro ZD. It's a good thing I always carry 2 guns!
It's the American way.
It honestly, when he pulled that out, it honestly felt more like a, oh yeah, right.
Yeah, like he forgot he had it up until that moment.
This is
the blade from Pacific Rim.
This is literally the physical, like, incarnation of Go Gadget Gun.
That's literally what it is.
Go Kiter Gun.
That's the name of the episode.
Shoots him down, like shoots Michael down. So uncivilized.
And like after all this bloodshed and violence and freedom fighting, whatever you want to call it, he decides at the end that Gurdjieff is apparently not worth killing and just fucking leaves.
Those guys who said they were just following orders, no, you don't deserve to live. The guy who was giving you those orders, you can go.
You may leave.
Yeah. It's clearly the typical ass thing where he's like, "Oh, you're not worthy of like killing," and then just like walks away. But then he doesn't take his mercy and tries to attack him. He's like, "Okay, nope, you're dead now."
Then then Hakaider pulls a Goku, "You fool!" and just goes in for the stab.
And I love too when he kills him, and this happened earlier in the movie too.
When all the soldiers were dying.
Yeah. Feathers
everywhere.
Just feathers, like a fucking sorority house porno pillow fight.
like a Ang Lee movie.
I was literally expecting him to fall out, like
fall out the window
behind him to fall and fall down to his death.
What you say?
That's your only man.
We go full RoboCop.
Yeah, full on RoboCop. Freaking stop motion fall.
His arms are too long.
No, he spreads his arms to form a cross as he's falling out the window.
It would work. Like, have you seen RoboCop?
No.
At the very end, when the villain dies, like, it's a stop motion effect, and for whatever reason, his arms were like 5 feet long.
Oh,
it's really
wow. But yeah, so I guess at some point Hakaider recovered his arm.
Oh yeah.
There was an earlier scene where you see like the like weird like gooey underskeleton of his arm, and then he just like applies some like spray paint or whatever the fuck it is. Human arm is just back there.
Yeah.
So I guess he just has like a self-repair program.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh God!
Right.
Yeah, it's funny too. His character's name is Dick Jones.
Wow,
best name in fiction.
Oh, it's great.
But like I actually did like that earlier. Forgot to mention like how we do see they both have the same hand. Like I guess like that's there to like link them to begin with.
Yeah.
They are brothers in arms.
They both have the God hand.
Mm-hmm. Oh berserk!
Go berserk!
We were gods once.
So Hakaider just decides he's done, gets on his bike, grows his arm back, and just rides off into the sunset.
I hear that, renegade.
Let's do this thing.
Never to be seen again, and that suit probably rotted away.
And that's when Jesustown became a democracy.
We did it. Yeah, whatever happened to Jesustown?
Became New Jersey.
Became Jesustown.
And that's how we link it to Megas XLR.
That's it. Now we're good.
This is a fun movie.
This was a fun movie. Lane, again, thank you for giving me the call on that, because
absolutely,
I genuinely had a fun time with it, and it was better than I was expecting to be, like, actually, and it was just fun overall.
I wouldn't say I was interested in any of these character-wise, but like narratively and like visually and the choreography, that was all amazing.
Yeah, like
way better than it had any business.
The
to be.
story's very stock. Like we named like 5 other movies that did this exact same thing.
Yeah.
But
Hakaider's like what honestly I consider to be like one of my favorite like toku like antagonists. I just think he's so fucking badass. It's so cool. Like we watched Hakaider again, and then like Hakaider showed up, and I'm like this guy's like 1,000 times cooler.
He was so cool in Hakaider 01. They made 3 different versions of him.
He's so
blue,
cool.
red, and silver.
Hell, Sengoku Ryoma fucking became a Hakaider at one point. And got him, he's like, this is such a powerful fucking dude.
Unironically, this is a better Venom movie and a better Guyver movie than either of the actual movies. Am I wrong?
If you like Mad Max, if you like fucking Paul Verhoeven movies and shit like that, if you like tokusatsu, you're gonna love this movie.
Yeah, no, this has what's it called when like Kojima's one when you're a weeb for like American stuff? Is there a word
reverse weeb?
Yeah. That has that written all over this, by the way.
Yeah.
This felt like the kind of movie, like, this might sound weird. West of Boom. This almost had a feeling like the kind of movie that Red Letter Media would watch on Best of the Worst, and then they'd be like, oh, that was actually kind of good.
Yeah.
Like, because it has that grain, that feel.
You need to find a way to get them to watch it.
Perhaps.
Hand him a DVD, a VHS copy. Go, boys.
I do need to get on Red Letter Media one day. I must speak with Jay on review. Yeah, overall, I had fun with it.
Yeah, good time.
Oh, good times.
And that will bring us to the end of Castranger for the week.
Matt, thank you for joining us and for all your Hakaider knowledge. It was awesome. It's always a pleasure having you on, man.
Thanks for having me on, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah. You want to let people know where they can find you and what you do?
You can find me over on YouTube at Monstrosities, where I do a whole bunch of random tokusatsu stuff from time to time.
Awesome.
Especially Godzilla.
All right.
Say these days.
I would like to now give a shout out to our currently active patrons, of course. That would include our good friends Blaze, Armorhide, Sentai VT, Midas, Jackaplier, and Jax Aguirre. Thank you very much for supporting what we do.
Thank you.
Jikai, Radio Sentai Castranger. Our topic for next week on Metal April 6 will be the show that I've been looking forward to watching for a long time. Special Rescue Police Winspector.
Oh, we're talking about Winspector finally? Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I have loved the images of these designs that I see every now and then, and I'm so excited to finally talk about this show.
Fuck yeah, it's going to be fun.
All right. So, thank you to everyone for listening, watching, liking, favoriting, sharing, subscribing, hitting the bell, and being awesome. Look at those suits. Those are fucking rad.
Oh, yeah.
Look, it's Comrade Laser.
Look, that guy's got a wheel on his chest.
You want to see something rad? Let's watch the opening after this.
All right.
Okay.
I'm down. Yeah, they look great.
As always, the primary source of our hijinks is castranger.podbean.com. From there, you can find our Facebook, Twitter, Discord, Patreon, merch store, all of our cool shit. Let us know what you thought of these episodes and this movie in the comments. Let us know if there's anything in particular you would like us to tackle in a future feature topic.
Also, fun fact, the yellow one there, that's also Michael's suit actor.
Nice.
Oh, very cool.
All right. Well, thank you once again. We will see you next week. Goodbye.
Now leaving Jesustown. Y'all come back now.
Stay Jesus.
Stay Jesus.
Stay Jesus.